Yo, what up, y'all? This is Nas, tuning in to The Cut Game, where they talk about it all. You know how it is. Keep your shit fresh. Keep your hair fresh. Cut Game.
What's up? We back. Groom City. Y'all now tuned in to the Cut Game radio show. Number one podcast for your hair needs.
Yeah.
Right now, we got a Las Vegas legend in the building. You know,
Legend.
right now we chilling with J Starr, I-Style Barber. What's going on?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Oh, you know, just doing our journalism right now. You know, just really.
That's what's up.
We right here. We in Vegas. Hair Battle Tour, and we here celebrating the barbers. You know,
That's right.
So that's what we're about. So we here to celebrate you right now.
Okay, let's do it.
So what's up? One word that describes you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I like that. Now for the listeners and the viewers out there, you know, share something with them. How long you been part of this cut game?
I've been part of the Cup game for almost 20 years now.
20 years?
Yes.
That licensed 20 years? Is it,
Yes, that's licensed almost 20 years.
Wow, that's
Absolutely.
what's up. Now, you know, when did you first pick up your first pair of clippers and was like, I'm gonna support myself with this?
It's a story behind that. So when I picked up my first pair of clippers, I was actually in barber school.
Dang.
Yeah. So it wasn't something.
So how was you just holding them?
It took me a minute to hold them.
Yeah.
I had to watch everything and see what was going on, but I wasn't the type where I came up and experimenting on people's heads and saying, "Oh, I want to cut." That wasn't me.
So what led you into barbering in the first place? The
Hustling.
barber school.
Hustling. It's something I don't care to shed light on, but I was hustling and I wanted to turn that negative into a positive.
Oh, okay.
That was my story in it.
So you wanted to convert that hustle into a hair hustle.
Money every day.
I got you. So you in barber school, you barely holding the clippers. So what inspired you to keep going in that school?
My daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah, I had a daughter, and I had to be everything for her.
Now, was she a baby at this time?
Well, when I started, she was like 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's 27 now.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm an old head.
So that's what kept you going.
That's what kept me going.
So you have any mentors while you was in barber school?
Yes and no. I mean, God, my biggest mentor.
That's what's up.
Always have been, always will be. So, my mom, I always looked at life like not just for myself. Like, if this happened or if that happened to myself, what about these people?
Yeah.
So
you had a good support group.
I did.
Real good support group.
Yes,
that's
I
what's
did.
up. So you finish school, you get that license. Now, where you go from there?
I finished school. I got my license. I stayed in Minnesota at the time because that's where I was at. I stayed there for 1 year.
Okay.
And I was going to leave right after, but again, I had some great group of barbers that I surrounded myself with in the shop that I chose to go in coming out the door. And so be it. It was 3 of them, and they all were Christians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so they gave me everything they had, and they said, you need to stay here and work up under us for at least a year before we send you off. So I did that, and then after that, I moved to Las Vegas in 2001.
Now, what made you choose Las Vegas?
I mean, it's fabulous Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I'm awesome, so it's a great collaboration.
So you blended fabulous and awesome together?
Absolutely.
You like the way it came out?
I like the way it came out because in the end, you can't do nothing but go to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always been my motto, straight to the top, period.
Failure
is not an option for me.
That's it. No, that I can dig that. So what was the first shop you worked at when you touched down in Vegas?
Hair Unlimited.
Hair Unlimited?
One of the most known and popular shops that was in Las Vegas.
Is it still around today?
It's still around to this day.
That's what's up. So what made you choose Hair Unlimited?
I chose Hair Unlimited because when I was in Minnesota, someone mentioned it to me. And I called the guy, and Faith had it. A year later, I was at his shop. I had visited other shops, but when I went there, he just welcomed me. I mean, his invitation was so inviting, I was like, I'm done. This is it. And I was there for like 2.5 years before I opened my own shop up.
So you had the game plan to open up your own shop soon you touched down in Vegas?
No, never wanted to open up a shop. It fell in my hand. Everything happened by divine faith. I never wanted to be a shop owner. It happened like that.
So how did it fall in your hand?
The shop I used to work in, I was one of the first barbers that always got there. And there was a shop across from me, and the owner of the building, he wasn't a barber, he just owned the whole shopping center. And he would always see me in there, and he said, I'm getting tired of managing the barbering part. He was like, I'm gonna let it go for a little bit of nothing. If you want it, you can. Well, at the time, a very good friend of mine, she was a beautician, and he talked to both of us about it, and she was like, I think we should do it. But I didn't want to do it because I didn't want the responsibility. But what I know in life, sometimes God have a greater responsibility that you have to do.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. It fell in my hand.
That's up. So you was a good steward of what God had for you sitting right there, huh?
I'm like a gatekeeper. Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So was it already set up to where it is, where it was, or did you have to put it together?
Well, it was already set up, but I had to come in and put my touch on it so
Okay.
I could feel like it's something I created.
Okay.
Although it was something that already existed.
Now, how many chairs was in that shop?
At the time, it was 6, and then I added like 4 more.
Okay, and the name of that shop is
Iced Out.
Iced Out. So 2.5 years
Cool.
of you being in Vegas, you iced out now.
I could say that.
Okay, now was it fully staffed out the gate?
It was like 3 or 4 barbers there when I came.
Okay, now how
And they
was it
stayed.
dealing with with a staff that was there when you got there?
It kind of like rolled over kind of easily because I would always go there and talk to them and make them comfortable and let them know I was taking it over on whatever day that was, and I made a relationship with them, and I wanted them to feel comfortable and let them know they're more than welcome to stay if they wanted to.
Okay, and they stayed.
They stayed.
That's up.
And 2 of them had been there 20 years before I got there. So the shop it was a shop that was already there for years before I took it over.
But you came in with that new iced out energy, so I know they was digging it. You know what I mean?
They was.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I know you when I know I'm a fan of Mayweather. And I had to know who his barber was, and I got a glimpse of who his barber is. Now, how'd you transition from being a shop owner, working in the shop, to cutting one of the greatest boxers that ever did it?
Now that was hard.
Okay.
Because my dedication and my passion for my craft was so strong. And it was a battle. It was a fight. This or that. So it was kind of a struggle, I'll be honest. I had a lot of thinking to do, a lot of praying to do, so that I can make the right decision for myself.
Okay. So how'd y'all paths cross?
Well, I met him when I first got here, when I first worked at the other shop.
Oh, okay.
And my shop was like 50 feet down from the other shop that I took over.
Okay.
So he used to always come into the shop. Once again, one of the legendary shops that was here, when everybody, all the celebrities, all the boxers, everyone used to go there. So it was a very, very well-established shop. And he used to come there. And right away, he I won't say he introduced himself. He came up to me and he said, "You're not from around here." I said, "How you know?" He was like, "I could tell your style." He was like, "You from the Midwest?" And I said, "Yes." And I wasn't a really big boxing fan because I just knew some of the heavy hitters. And he asked me my name. I told him, and I asked him his name, and he kind of chuckled and walked off, like as if I should have known, but I didn't know. So that's how that happened.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And now you've been rocking with Floyd for how long?
Since 2005.
That's a
No. I'm sorry, 7. Since about 2007.
That's a good 10-year barber-client relationship.
2007, like 2009, just to travel consistently, but 2007 is when I first started.
Now, a relationship like that, sometimes it cross over to family. Floyd is family now?
Absolutely. He was family before I started cutting him.
Oh, okay.
He was already family. But now, family. For sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, anything you'd like to share with the listeners today? Because out here, the Cut Game Radio Show, we like to educate, motivate, and inspire the listeners, with our podcast and our YouTube channel, So, anything you want to drop on them that'll help a young barber or maybe a barber that's been doing it for a minute, continue to elevate in his craft?
Just stay consistent. And if it's your passion, it should lead you the right way. But the main thing is just to stay consistent. Because one thing I know, it's not easy getting up every day, whether it's being at the shop at 7 or 8 on time, because we're independent contractors. And in a barber's mind, I don't have to be there at a certain time, but that's not true. Because if the door says 9 o'clock, to me, I'm an old school barber. You should be behind the chair waiting at 9 o'clock, not coming through the door setting up for 9 o'clock. So my thing is consistency is the key, and take it seriously.
That's what's up. Now, have you opened up any other locations besides the first one that we've been speaking on?
Yeah, I have another location.
So you have 2 locations in Vegas?
Yes, 2 locations in Vegas.
That's what's up. Now, do you still continue to cut in the shop, or you just...
I don't. I will, and I can, but I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because of time-wise.
Okay. So right now you own your time. Is that what that is?
I mean, part of it I do, and
I
part
mean,
of it
that should be a goal. Everybody is to own their own time, you know?
Yeah, but you got to use it wisely.
Yeah.
That can get you in trouble. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Owning your own time can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you got a lot of time.
Yeah. True that. I like that.
I see
So,
you groomed up.
yeah, you know, I iced out. I'm iced out today on the Cut Game Radio Show.
I see
you know.
that.
So I want to thank you for sharing time with us on the Cut Game Radio Show. What's your IG handles, any of your social medias, website?
My IG is Iced Out Barber.
Iced Out
Twitter,
Barber.
Iced Out Barber. Facebook, Jackie Starr.
That's what's up.
That's not a play name. That's really my last name.
Your last name is Starr.
Yes.
First name Jackie.
Yes.
That's what's up. So that's the government. She already
That's
star-studded. Her government is star-studded.
You know what I mean?
You know. So
Got the government name.
we right now this still pregame to the Hair Battle Tour out in Vegas. We got a Vegas legend. So make sure y'all continue to tune in to the Cut Game Radio Show.
Cut Gang.
Thank you.